Welcome to Dominations. My name is Mark, and here today I have prepared a new video about one of my former World War base layouts for you. I have a personal intention to compress my World War layout videos more, so not to explain any time in detail why things have been done like they actually are. Therefore, I will mention such things nevertheless so that even new players are aware of them, but if you are new and not understanding why they have been conducted like they have been, just go below the video in the comment section and you will get a detailed explanation. So the video is short, and if you need the explanation you will find it below the video. First general aspect, make sure you have cleared most of your forests at least square shaped. A rectangular shaped is also okay, but square shaped is optimal to copy a layout. Here is the actual World War layout I wanted to present to you, but we also have an alternative version. This is the ordinary version, you could call it. It's a maze layout. And this is the alternative version, which is an anti-commando layout, which seems like an open maze layout, but it is still a complex layout which seems open, but nevertheless is closed, so your own defenders can't emerge or exit the base without having a gap, which is being destroyed by enemy troops inside the current standing walls. So now you can pause the video. I will give you about 5 seconds to take a screenshot of this ordinary version of the layout or of the alternative version, the anti-commando version of the layout, to take a screenshot and copy it. Now, to rebuild the layout, it's helpful to have some reference. For reference, I can really recommend you take one building, locate it to the very northern or eastern or very western side of your base, and another building to the very northern or southern side of the base. Now you have 2 reference points which corners directly lead into the center of the map. If you do prolong those edges, you are directly getting referred to the center of the base, where you can locate, in this case, your town center, to get a good copy of the base I have shown to you. The actual base, and this is the ordinary version, not the alternative version, is on nearly space age max, so digital age buildings and traps are not included. This is my base, so the current setup for a base between Cold War and space age. Let's come to the explanation. I mean, most obviously it is a World War base, and you can also read this by the video title. So the town center is protected, resources play no matter at all, they are exposed. Resource buildings are only important for us due to the fact that they give a lot of HP for enemy attackers, and therefore they are not totally exposed, because we don't want to donate the quick victory by 50% to the enemy. It's a labyrinth or maze layout, and yeah. Most obviously it is a base layout above atomic age, so from atomic age ongoing each base should have sufficient connection of the roads due to the radar bonus, and therefore over here we have full radar road connection except for one tower, but this is on purpose, so all other radar related buildings are connected to the town center and get the radar bonus, no matter whether alternative or ordinary version of the layout. Walls and gates have been used to connect all buildings which are included in the radar bonus to the town center, but nevertheless to make runways as long as possible. So if not really necessary, I tried to put all gates at the end of walls, so where they are really unuseful. It's even possible to use the gates in a really intuitively way, making the pass-through to the base really smooth and straight. I intended to have the confusing approach, so using the gates only as prolonging of my walls, which makes the runways for enemy troops, especially commandos, longer. In this layout, the bastions have 4 of 6 have been used to being integrated into the inner wall of the layout, and I tried to close all of them, which are not related to the which are not centrally related to the radar bonus. So I included some sniper towers in them, and I completely closed them to make it enemy attackers, especially commandos, are harder to approach the base and harming themselves when destroying the bastions, because otherwise they are not able to get in due to missing gates. Let's come to the defenses. Most obviously, like all other layouts too, mortars are central in my defenses, even when they lost about importance due to the last updates where most players now play factory troops. They are centrally located, nevertheless unable to being sabotaged by one sabotage, two mortars, so you need for each mortar one sabotage, and it cannot sabotage two with one. We have synergizers with all cannon towers. Cannon towers also are being located centrally, but slightly more outward due to their lower range than the mortars. So they are synergizing to protect each other from that kind of troop where they are weak against. Decoying in the space also is pretty hard due to the fact that the cannon towers are spreading and having their radius all over the inner circle in the base, and there is no space where you can place decoy which is not getting fired by the anti-cannon towers. The air defenses are located really centrally, even inside the inner walls. Towers mostly are between inner and outer walls. I tried to get some kind of regular defense against air units by placing either anti-air defenses or even towers within a specific amount of area, so that you have nearly equal protection from each side. In this layout, it was my intention to avoid having a center of emphasis by putting very important defensive buildings in one area of the base. So in the very northern side, we have the Acropolis with a very good connection to all spawning buildings. In the southern side, we have the missile silo. In the western side, we have the castle as well as the stronghold, and therefore it's not easy for an enemy attacker to decide from which side to attack. Even in the center, but more to the eastern side, we have the rocket arsenal. So we have definitely important defense buildings really spread out all over the base and not bunched up in only one area. On sniper towers and the command posts, there is not a huge emphasis. I'm a German player, so from the command posts there are no British or Korean distance fighters. There are only some infantry guys, so no matter about them. The sniper towers are defense buildings, so I located them inside the bastions to trigger enemy commando troops, slowing themselves down by destroying the bastions. So the position of the sniper towers has no other meaning than being inside the bastions and triggering or making it attractive for enemy troops, especially commandos. Traps are still really centralized. I already began to put them more outward due to the scan tactic. I can recommend to try out for yourself. I used this base layout mostly when scan tactic wasn't available, so the layout is quite older than the scan tactic, and I started spreading them out. You can see by the air defense traps I put to the outer sides, but nevertheless a lot of barbed wire is quite to the inner side, where it is still effective, but if it's getting uncovered by enemy scan tactic, yeah, you know what I mean, so it's not effective anymore. So probably you have to try out for yourself different locations and spread the traps more out. World wonders, yet obviously we have at 6 o'clock position the Versailles, which is mostly related to defenses. At 12 o'clock position we have once the Colosseum, which is not that more interesting than a really big garrison. Then we have the Acropolis, which has a very decent connection. I mean, all, in my opinion, important buildings such as depots, bunkers, rocket arsenal are connected to it and getting its boost. Acropolis as well as Versailles can't be destroyed. Their effects can't be destroyed, so all spawning buildings will have the boosts until they are killed. At the very right side we have the Pentagon, which is some kind of opposite weight to the castle at the left side. At the 6 o'clock position, like always, take a beefy building such as the oil refinery and place it very outside. Probably you have cleared one forest more than all of the other forests, so it's not that obvious that you are having some buildings over there. Making it harder for enemies to get 100%, in some cases even avoiding getting enemies the 5th star at your base, but at least costing them up to 30 seconds per attack. So at least, like always, no words remaining then, except for I hope the video was informative for you. Leave me a comment, like, share the video in your WhatsApp or whatever group you have. I'm grateful. See you soon, your Illumination Tips.